Christmas isn't just about a festival, it's about the purest love in the highest form. Hey, darlings, greetings to you all after a very long time. As it is Christmas today, first I'd like to extend my heartfelt wishes of love, joy, and peace to you and your beautiful family. Well, while celebrating this auspicious day this year, it has made me think of some myths that people still seem to believe in, and I feel it's time to break them down. Are you ready? Let's start with the first myth that is, Lord Jesus was born on the Christmas day. From normal observance, we see two extreme groups of people. One group that believes Christ being born on 25th December and only seek him that day, while the other extreme don't believe it and go to the extent of not appreciating his birth by sharing this good news to others. Now, what do you think? Aren't they both wrong? But what should a Christian do? He or she, as a Christian, should first open their Holy Bible for every question of life. And the answer is very clear. Even though 25th December is just an estimated date, yet it's 100% proven that Christ was born in our world. And if he was born for you and me, there's no need to waste time now in finding the exact date. Instead, let's make use of every second of every day of every year to praise and share about his birth that brought salvation. Well, moving on to the next myth that people don't bother about is thinking that writing Christmas as Xmas is a modern thing. The letter X comes from the Greek letter, which is the first letter of the Greek word Christos, which became Christ in English, and the suffix mas is from the Latin derived Old English word for Mass. Even though calling Xmas doesn't seem to be arrogant in nature, but it is not appropriate to the meaning it wants to convey. It's like renaming friendship as F-ship. Does it make any sense to you? No. So better quit using the word Xmas and only prefer to say it as Christmas because it's not about any variable X. Instead, it's about the wonderful Christ who gave himself for you and me. Coming to the third and most disturbing myth is the thought that Christmas is Santa's birthday. Even if people know that it's not true, still they end up giving more admiration and acknowledgement to a mere dead human being rather than to the greatest living creator of all. Now, who's Santa? Is he in the Bible? No, he's not. He was just a monk named Saint Nicholas who was known for his kindness, and though he lived to do good to mankind, if he saw now how the world has prioritized him above the Christ, I think he'll also feel heartbroken. Always remember as a Christian, no one, absolutely no one, should be placed above Christ in your hearts and minds. Because Santa didn't shed his blood for you, he just gave gifts to needy people and kids to attract their attention towards the only God who sacrificed everything and gave himself as a redeeming gift for mankind. So think before you sing or dance or even say the name of Santa next time. Like, is it necessary? Is it even appropriate? Think about it. Fine. Moving on to our fourth myth, that is, Christmas is the Christians' only main festival. Well, that's not true. If you read the Bible, you'd know that every day is special for a Christian, and every Sunday is just even more special. Though Christmas, denoting the birth of Christ, is a beautiful festival, yet the Good Friday and the Resurrected Sunday, the days denoting his death for mankind and his awesome resurrection, are actually the biggest festivals for a Christian. Not just that, his ascension led to the outpouring of his Holy Spirit on the day of Pentecost, which is another stunning celebration for every true Christian. And do you know what's even more exciting? It's his second coming, and for every Christian anticipating his return that is already proven according to our world system, we need to start preparing for the greatest day ever. Wandering a bit, have you ever observed the Christmas decorations from the past centuries? And it's sometimes funny how most of it doesn't even find its mention in the Bible. This leads to our fifth myth that Christmas decor is incomplete without a Christmas tree. Well, to speak the truth, if you keep a Christmas tree, you aren't even honoring the Christ because this tree was found to be originated in Germany about 723, where this oak tree was actually a place for pagan worship. And pagan worship is something God dislikes. And don't you think it occupies much of our time and efforts to decorate it specifically with wreaths and bells which aren't even related to the birth of Christ? Well, it's really sad to see how much we have deviated from the true meaning of Christmas. Coming to the sixth myth, and that is Christmas is all about the colors red and green. Is it so? Do you still believe that? Originally, the red and green color concept for Christmas was from an ancient Roman winter festival where red berries and green leaves were associated with their celebrations. And sadly, many of these pointless traditions got absorbed into Christmas celebrations. As a Christian, we have to love and appreciate every color that we see and not stick to this lame concept of just red and green because, as I have said before, nothing should be specified important other than the will of God through Christ. So, next Christmas, you don't have to worry about spending your money finding the oak tree or the red and green stuff. Instead, decorate your hearts and homes with whatever God has already blessed you with. And I'm sure that the people looking at you would feel the true spirit of Christmas. Finally, the seventh most saddening myth to break is the prevalent notion of seeing Christ as an infant. Well, dear one, he was an infant, and that too was just when he came as a human being. And the truth is, he is now reigning as the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So it's high time to stop picturizing him as a baby, but instead crown him with many crowns because he is the roaring Lion of Judah. Every carol, every song, every dance that's being publicized in the name of infant Christ needs to be diminished because just think for an instance, if you are living and in your glorious years as a king, would you prefer to be still treated and wished as a child? No one would prefer that. That is why it's totally meaningless to still see him as a child of Joseph and Mary when he actually is the eternal King who is still ruling our hearts and is right now reading your thoughts. And this greatest King came for the first time as a humble human, but stay alert, he's going to come soon as the Almighty Lord to judge his people. So, what's Christmas? It's all about the limitless love of God that came personally to save limited human beings like you and me. Therefore, let's not blindly follow the traditions without knowing its origin, but let's just abide by God's word and you will be able to celebrate Christmas in the most beautiful, peaceful, and useful way. May God bless you all.